Hmm. J.K. Rowling? She's cancelled. Ellen DeGeneres? She's also cancelled. What about Kim Son Ho? He's also cancelled. Over the past few years, we have been hearing more and more about cancel culture, especially as it exists online. So, what is this thing actually about? I'm Adira Safira, and I will explain to all of you about my topic, cancel culture. Cancel culture, or call out culture, essentially refers to the act of the cancellation and canceling people or brands becoming more commonplace in society. Cancel culture, as defined by dictionary.com, is the popular practice of withdrawing support for canceling public figures and companies after they have done or said something considered objectionable or offensive. Lisa Nakamura, a professor at the University of Michigan who studies digital media's connection to race, gender, and sexuality, described cancellation and cancel culture as a cultural boycott of a celebrity, brand, or company. Generally, cancellation refers specifically to celebrities than the regular people, although online public shaming does still happen to non celebrities. The idea of cancel culture is similar to the old concept which is called boycotting. What makes cancel culture different is the level and the intensity of the activity itself. Boycotting is more passive and straightforward than the cancel culture. Boycotting is when somebody purchases a product from somebody then they decide not to because of various reasons. A professor of sociology and criminology, Dr. Jill McCorkle, shared through the New York Post on August 2021 that the presence of cancel culture originated in human history and centuries where societies have punished people for behaving outside of their social norms. Although canceling is often used in response to sexist behavior, the term itself appears to originate from sexist humor. One of the earliest references came from the 1991 film entitled New Jack City, which one of the actors, referring to a girlfriend, with the adjourn cancel that girl. Also, there is a song called Your Love is Cancelled, inspired screenwriter Barry Michael Cooper to include that reference to a woman being cancelled in that film. This usage of the term introduced to a worldwide where it eventually became more common. However, it became a trend online around 2017 when an Olympic gymnast was cancelled for blaming sexual assault. The hashtag #MeToo movement started and went viral in the same year. The hashtag #MeToo movement is a form of cancel culture which helped a number of abused women voice out their silent cries in calling out the perpetrators and receiving justice from the sexual assault. So, why people canceling someone? Some of the top reasons for canceling that I could find in many sources are: the first one is to serve a teaching moment, and then to get the person to consider the consequence of their statements, and then to expose racism or sexism, and then to get people to think before they speak, and also to hold someone accountable for their statement or behaviors. If you are a K-pop fan, I'm sure that you know very well about the topic because cancel culture in South Korea continues to grow and become a habit. The term cancel culture refers to a practice where netizens try to refuse someone to appear in public. Korean netizens have now become accustomed to canceling brand, TV show, idol, and actors' career with just a tap of a keyboard. Cancel culture has an impact on career or activities that are being carried out by individuals. Another common experience to most of them are feelings of intense anxiety, loss of self-worth, suicidal tendencies, and mental distress from online shaming, character assassination, cyberbullying, gossip, and judgment that caused by the process of cancel culture itself. The withdrawal effect can be considered as consequences to their action, but more problems were found when the inappropriate thoughts or action were not acknowledged and properly addressed. However, people also perceived the public discipline or cancel culture as an unhealthy punishment. Beside of the toxic side of cancel culture, there is a case which cancel culture can address inequalities. In 2016, for example, many members of the film community boycott the Oscars because of the lack in diversity among the nominees. This helped promote social change, and in 2019, the Oscars set a record for the most nomination for black directors ever. So, in that case, a community that unites for a reason can be empowering. It can also make people think twice before behaving inappropriately or posting potentially offensive thoughts or opinions. In conclusion, the cancel culture can be destructive in the wrong context. So while it can also be problematic and even judgmental, it's cancel culture that also gives power to minority groups that have not had the chance to speaking out. We need to understand that it can be powerfully misused, but can also highlight it on injustice action that have been accepted for so long. We as social media users need to really take a look at what is the issue that spread online. Is it a criminal charge or is it just a personal matter? We need also to take a closer look at whether this cancellation of a celebrity is valid or not before we voice out and make it snowballing to a bigger problem. So this is the end of my video. I hope this video can enhance your knowledge about cancel culture. Thank you for listening and watching, and see you.